and welcome. My name is Jamie Della, and I am here on a book talk in lieu of a book signing tour that we are going to be having in March for celebration of the Book of Spells, the Magick of Witchcraft, and in honor of Women's History Month and Ostara, Spring Equinox, which is happening right now. So thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to welcome in the 4 directions, talk a little bit about witchcraft and our pagan holidays. We're going to make a hand sanitizer, anoint a candle, and talk about herbal allies and the importance of our plant kingdom, and that is the kingdom, our relations. We are connected and related to everything on this planet, and that is what magic is really about. It's about divining that connection, finding it, and acting on it. So let's first welcome the 4 directions. We first welcome in the direction of the east. This is the element of air, and so we have bells. And then we welcome in the direction of the south, and that is a fire, and that is our spark, and our creativity, and our drive. And then we welcome in the west, and that is the element of water, and our emotions, and Mother Ocean. And then we welcome in the direction of the north, and that is the earth. And that is the elements of the plants and our ancestors. So one of the important things that we have, one of the tools for magic and transformation, are plant allies. Allies are those who are there with us, we've developed a relationship. And for you, it might be basil when you're cooking, or it could be rosemary or a volunteer plant that's just started. For myself, it's an aloe plant. That is the first plant I developed a relationship with. The first one that I knew if I burned myself, I'd put quick aloe on. It's also the ingredient in the hand sanitizer that we're going to make today. So I buried my son Kobe's placenta under an aloe plant, and we still have it 20 years later. As a matter of fact, here's a spear from that plant that's been growing for 2 decades. I can't even believe it's been 2 decades. So what I do is I take an athame, and then I take it out of its sheath, and I slice off, fillet the aloe, and then we put it in our mortar and pestle, and we grind it up, and we add that to 3 ounces of vodka, 80 proof. It could also be Everclear. You could also even use rubbing alcohol if you want to hold on to that vodka for martinis in these times. So then we'll add 30 drops. We're going to add 30 drops of tea tree oil and 5 to 10 drops of lavender oil with 1 ounce of aloe. And then we'll have 1/4 teaspoon of vitamin E oil. And that is our hand sanitizer. And from that, you clean your hands, which is so important to wash your hands these days. But as you wash them, just think of this as the most sacred water that is cleansing your hands, like a window that you can see clear. And from that space, you can send out your energy for the things that you want to attract in your life, like health and protection and well-being for all of us. Then also, we're going to make a candle. So this is a beeswax candle, something that you can do that when you roll it up, as you pour you dab oil on it as you go, and I use a Thieves protection oil for that. Thieves oil, the collection of herbs that have been put together for this, have been put together by a friend of mine, Diana, who runs the Tree of Life bookstore. And as you roll this candle up, you will see that you can add the oil, and as you roll it towards you, you are bringing something towards you. That's how magic works. You bring the energy towards you as you roll it up. And if you're rolling it to ward off something or to be banished, to be rid of something, you roll it away from you. And these are just the simple things, like when we see the moon waxing and waning. When it's waxing, it's getting bigger. So we think of the things we want to grow and develop in our life. And then as it's waning, we think of the things that we want to get rid of. And that just might be as easy as a bad habit like biting your nails, or it could be a pandemic. Either one. This is the intention that we're after. And I'm not talking about these magical tools are going to just erase this, but they will make a dent in it. Our magic will make a dent. It will turn the tide. Our intention, our collective intention to connect back with the plant kingdom and our medicine that we have that's at our fingertips, with our intentions, with candles. Another thing that you can do when you anoint your candle is you can inscribe things in it. You can inscribe in a pentagram, for example, the 5-pointed star with a circle around it, because those 5 points represent the 4 elements and spirit, and connected with the circle of life. And it's that simple. It is that protection that has been on our sheriff's badges for millennia, for hundreds of years, for 100 years. I'm not really sure how long the pentacle has been around for. So the pentacle has been around for hundreds of years as a sign of protection, and we can continue to use it today as we inscribe in our candles. And then finally, I want to introduce you to one of my new herbal allies. This is called Calendula. Calendula is a wonderful herb, and it's specific to your skin. It also comes from the word calends, which is a Roman word that relates to time. And so this is an herb that helps you understand that there is a divine timing that we can't always see. And as it's infused in an oil like this, it helps to protect our skin, which is our largest organ, our most vulnerable and exposed organ. So in times of need like this, when we're stressed out, and even when there is outside influences like a virus like we have right now, we put this oil on ourselves and it protects our skin so that nothing can break in. Because what I'm talking about here is preventative medicine. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And we can keep this medicine with us at all times. We don't have to wait for something traumatic to happen. We need to develop our relationship with the crystals and with the herbs and with the wheel of the year, the mandala of nature, the spring equinox that's followed by Beltane, that's followed by the summer solstice. There are 8 pagan holidays separated by 6 weeks. And each one is either an equinox, a solstice, or a planting or harvesting. And the reason being is that witchcraft is an earth-based religion, is an agricultural religion. It is a tuning into nature, following what is it that we are growing right now. So spring is a time for new growth. It's a time for a new beginning. And that new beginning might mean learning what our medicine is. That new beginning might mean learning when it's time to take a rest. Learning when it's time to say, I'm sorry, I love you, let's work together. Because that's what we want to do. We want to work from love, not from fear. And our spells are just magic in just prayers in 3D. Spells are prayers in 3D, because we pray with words and we use these crystals and we bring in the goddess Athena. The goddess Athena I brought here today to protect us. She is the goddess of war. She is the goddess of strategy. She is the goddess of logic. She is the goddess who will help us determine the best path out of sticky situations, because that's what she does. And on her shield is a snake, and that represents transformation, and that represents the miracle that I'm looking for, that I'm casting spells for, and I hope you do too. There is a witch in all of us, and the witch is both male and female. Witch means wise. We are wise. We have innate wisdom. We have the power, and we can use it. Blessed be.